Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message tonight for Cancer. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and actually on all my channels, I like to dive deep within my readings. So I look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. But we take more time to look at those elements. This will allow you to see why you attract, who you attract into your life. It'll allow you to see what your karmic cycle is. It'll allow you to see what your sabotaging habits and behaviorisms are and what you need to do to shape shift the situation in order for you not to reap karmic retribution. See, you are the creator of your reality. So these readings are shadow readings that have a healing style, a therapy style to them, because everything that happens in the spiritual realm happens long before it happens and manifests in the physical realm. So these type of readings are transpersonal readings, and that's a combination of psychology and spiritual to help you understand why you are manifesting, what you need to do to create balance into your life, to stop karmic cycles, karmic looping, break karmic contracts, to help you quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience. Because again, you are the creator of your reality. Now, if you are connected to a Scorpio or a Virgo, or if you are one of those zodiacs and just happen to wind up on the Cancer video, well, then you definitely want to check out my other channels, my Virgo and my Scorpio channel. And I just started a Gemini channel, so you can check out those channels. The links will be in the description box below, along with all other important information. Now, if you want to enter into winning free reading with me, you just need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar, and remember that my readings will tell you what your person did do, what they are going to do, but we just take it a lot deeper. Why? Because when you're dealing with soulmates, any type of soulmate, it's a divine connection, and divine connection means that the universe has a hand in the connection, has brought you that person to help you heal. All relationships, really good, bad, or indifferent, are supposed to help you evolve into the highest state of consciousness, which is unconditional love. We just associate karmic with bad because that's when we are connected to someone that shows us a different perception, that's a negative one that we didn't view. And if we don't heal those negative perceptions, they have the power to continue to play out as karmic themes within other relationships. So this is why you always want to heal. You always want to heal the effects of your trauma, because you don't want to keep reliving same karmic situations that keep you stuck in a place of disempowerment, keep you stuck in a place of limitation and fear. Otherwise, you're only going to attract those things into your life. And that is what makes you not trust yourself, not like yourself. And that is why people then wear masks and create illusions and personas to make people perceive things about them, because they don't really believe that they can have those things, where really that's the ego. The ego part of self is the dust part of self that has been created due to the environments that we're born into, the families that we're born into, and a lot of other factors that are outside of ourselves. The answers all the time are inside of ourselves. And the key is to learn how to access those. And you can, if you integrate your shadows. Once you integrate your shadows, they turn to spiritual gifts. You widen your perception, and life becomes more balanced. All right, now if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. As I said before, it'll be in the description box in case you forget it, along with all other important information. I am open for readings, by the way, so keep that in mind. If you're someone that is in need of shadow coaching, I have an awesome $7.99 a month subscription. You get inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma. That means you will learn how to recondition your nervous system through breath and tapping and other awesome healing modalities that will help transform you. The word of the video is guilt. Guilt. That I feel like Cancer, you're connected to someone that's finally feeling guilty about the way that they treated you. And it's only because they're in a bad space. I'm feeling like you were dealing with someone that was very cocky, someone that was very arrogant, but they were insecure. And so they overcompensate. They actually perceive you to be someone of very high caliber. They actually do respect you. But the problem is that it triggers this person. They're used to dealing with people on a lower vibrational energy. And that means that they can usually get over on them and to get what they want. And that gives them a sense of power. This person, again, is not on a very high vibration. And so I feel like they're really actually imbalanced. Disequilibrium is that it's like when a person is emotionally and psychologically imbalanced, and it's because they're insecure. So again, what they do is they overcompensate while they act, again, self-righteous to avoid blame. So now you've detached from yourself, and I feel like this person's obsessed. And they're stuck in a place of grief because they're worried. And they're worried because they held back from you because they were being prideful. They wanted you to feel powerless and hoping that you would reach out to them or react to them. Either one would have been fine, even if you reacted out in disappointment or you were reaching out to, again, rehash nice memories of nostalgia. Because there is a spiritual connection between you and this person, that you are a soulmate, but I feel like you're a past life karmic mate. And this person took advantage of the relationship. They thought that this meant that, you're a soulmate, you're going to be with them forever because you opened up to them, you showed them. I feel like you're someone that's very emotionally intelligent. And this person isn't emotionally intelligent. And they played the game as if they're insecure in hopes that you would share with them, which you did. You made them more confident in the relationship with you because they were always acted insecure, like you didn't really like them. But they really just wanted to hear you say that you like them. And that blew their ego up. So instead of this person nurturing the connection, they kind of took advantage. And now they're seeing you differently. So it again brings them back to a place of shame. But they had this energy long before you. And it's because they keep sabotaging connections, good connections. And this connection was a really good connection. It was a spiritual connection that really should have went the distance. This person just didn't want to put in any effort. That's the energy there. Again, they need to have the attention all the time. So it wasn't just that this person didn't want to put any energy in. They wanted people to, again, feed them. So again, they were talking to multiple different people on social media. They were talking to like their ex still. it's again, they talk to multiple people, and so they're breadcrumbing everybody, but they were especially breadcrumbing you, almost trying to manipulate you into like lowering your standards, hoping that you would react. They're used to dealing with lower vibrational energy. Again, they're used to creating attachments. Attachments is, again, codependency, trauma bonds. They give very little to people that they perceive don't really know, like don't know their worth. I'm not saying that they are not worth anything. This person, again, they put themselves on a pedestal. They have an inflated ego. So again, they seek out who they perceive doesn't know their worth. And that could be someone that went through a divorce, someone that's going through a really rough relationship, someone that's already emotionally depleted. Again, whether they grew up in an environment like that or was it in an abusive relationship, and that's usually what it is as a person gets older, especially if they came from an abusive upbringing, because again, it plays out within the relationship. So person's self-esteem is knocked down. And here this person comes along and breadcrumbs, and people think that it's a steak dinner. So this person thought that you were going to be like that. Because I feel like you used to talk to them, you made space for them, that every time that they would come back into your life, you made space for them. So they weren't consistent. They were someone that came in and out, and they were only breadcrumbing, but you always made time. And they would tell you nice words, but there was a sense that they really believed that you were naive, because they were saying those words mainly to get you to say stuff, to see, again, how do you feel about me? This person, again, wants the attention. They want to be fed. There's someone that needs the spotlight. And I feel like you're someone that gets a lot of attention, and that triggers this person. And they also kind of want that, but can't really create it on themselves. This person's not strong. They ask too many people their opinions about what they should do in their relationships and private life. So again, because the person that's very codependent, they're not emotionally intelligent. They don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They feel inadequate. So again, the few people that they have around them, I don't really feel like have their best interest at heart, or they're just, again, low vibration like they are, but come across as, again, really out for what they want. And here it is, your person's going to sit there and ask, or that person that's connected to you, I should say, is going to ask other people, and they get bad advice. You're giving bad advice. I hear them say, "Oh, make that bitch run back," or "make that asshole like pay." I mean, just negative, low vibration, and then laughing about it. So like where this person's like carrying on, talking about you, acting like they know you. They don't know you because they really haven't, given this relationship the time, treated it like it wasn't anything, because again, only breadcrumbing, hoping that they would form an attachment, which is really a trauma bond where, you're doing everything for that person to get a tiny bit of emotional support. It brings you back to your childhood trauma of growing up in an environment where you had to clean the house and cook dinner and do everything to just get a little like thank you, I love you, a little bit of praise, because it wasn't never given unless you were sacrificing yourself. So this person, again, tried to create that trauma bond, because this is what a trauma bond is. It's like when you are in a relationship with somebody and it creates the same dynamic of a trauma that you, again, have already previously had. And it's usually, again, a childhood trauma. And in this case, it was a childhood trauma, but you're dealing with someone that's on a very low vibration. They're very codependent. So I feel like they ask people questions and they play along to again get answers. They're not upfront about asking for advice. They will make a comment or say, oh yeah, I'm fighting with my girl or I'm fighting with my guy, and to try and get information. And it's like those people don't have, again, your person's best interest at hand. They, again, don't care. Most of them don't have good relationships themselves. So, in their mind, they're also a little bit wounded where they do believe, well, that person should run back. They should be paying for you. They should be, again, which is an attachment. It's codependency. You don't need someone to pay for you. You don't need, you're your own person, or you should be your own person. It's a plus if someone has money, yeah, because they're gonna, again, contribute to the relationship the way that you would. But that's what it is, the way that you would also. This person, again, forms attachments where they breadcrumb and hold back, and then they drain the other person's energy to get their needs met. But that keeps you in a place of feeling inadequate, not good enough, not lovable. Again, in a real lower vibrational frequency, that only works on people that don't know their worth. That's why I said this person's listening to people that they shouldn't be. They don't know their worth clearly, and they're asking people about you. So again, you're on a much higher vibration. This person had expectations. Again, sees that your life is great, thinks that, again, they were going to get a piece of your life, meaning, again, maybe your reputation, maybe your status, maybe part of your wealth, whatever it was, they had expectations. And I feel like you held back from this person because you were not forming an attachment. It's like you also had expectations of this person, but I feel like because there is a spiritual connection, there is an emotional connection. However, this person doesn't is very insecure with it. You can't form a regular connection with them. It has to be an attachment where you're giving all of your energy, you're losing yourself in them in order for them to feel insecure for the lack that they feel within inside of themselves. So again, their expectation was that they were going to give, that you were going to give to them and fill them because your life looks good. So it's very narcissistic, where they're not thinking about what they're going to give you. Meanwhile, you have expectations of obviously a give and take reciprocity type of relationship. This person put you on a pedestal. And well, your life is so great. Well, it's, again, you can make my life great, but that's not what you're here for, okay? And at this point, it's like this person, when they don't get what they want, they tend to lash out. They have a lot of anger issues. They're not happy. They will confront you, again, because there's expectation there. Your expectation was a normal expectation. You're saying, well, if I'm with someone, I'm only going to give them if they're giving me. This person was waiting for you to give to them. And I feel like you were waiting for them to give to you. And there was a sense that you were like insulted, obviously. And this person knew that you were insulted. That's why they stayed away from you. They didn't want to hear the criticism because they know that they're selfish. They're selfish. It's like they don't care about anyone except for themselves. They're not stupid. They saw a good catch. It's, again, just childish. Then I feel like this person's was traumatized at a young age, and they're not really fully developed in that area. They could be a grown ass person too. It doesn't matter. It's like this person like acts like a child. Yeah, like they should either grow up or get the hell out of your like life, because it's like they don't want to grow up. And it's almost like a child, like, well, I don't care if I get any attention, even if it's bad attention, because then I can justify it and say, well, I didn't really want to be with you anyway, because you're a pain in the ass. You put too many demands on me. You make me think too much. You make me care. And I don't want to care. I want to have the upper hand. I want to be serviced. I don't want to have to serve you. It's like, and I have again expectations. So the way that this person tends to do is again to create attachments and create real tangled types of situations that you can't really get out of, because it's again they're constantly gaslighting, they're constantly manipulating, they're constantly bringing in third parties and creating triangles and trying to create insecurity with inside of you, because they're very childish. They play games. They can't communicate. They say things to get a reaction. They ask everybody else about you except for you. You can't possibly be in a relationship like this. It's again, it's all about them creating attachment. And you say, who would be in a relationship like this? Unfortunately, a person, like I said, that grows an attachment because they don't notice that they're only getting breadcrumbs. So if you're only getting breadcrumbs and it's over like a year, 2 year, 3 year, a lot of the time is done in separation. And when it's done in separation, it means that you're thinking about that person's thinking about you, you would perceive. Now, with a soulmate twin flame, both parties are thinking about each other, and there's an emotional connection, and you can feel it, but there's still a runner and a chaser. With the attachment style, that person has not built an emotional connection. They have built in, again, breadcrumbs, numerous people in order to not get the emotional connection. However, they are staking out people that they perceive like aren't emotionally like fulfilled, that haven't gotten love, that won't notice, and that those people over a course of time grow the attachment because they say, this person's talking to me for 6 months, they're talking to me for a year, talking to me for 2 years, they're talking to me for 3 years. Of course, they must have an emotional connection, and that person is feeling like, but a lot is their imagination, because that person has not shown up. They haven't given anything. They've held back. They've dangled the carrot. They've given the minimal. While again, that the numerous other people are giving, like, again, as if it's something, and they're building an emotional connection. So this is why they create these tangled situations, because it's many different people. This person didn't expect to form an emotional connection to you. Again, they thought that they were going to be able to gaslight, manipulate. Again, felt out of touch with reality. That's what it was like to be in a connection with this person, because you didn't know what was true, what wasn't true, because they lied all the time. They manipulated all the time. They're very selfish. It's all about them. They want to be fed. They want to be serviced. They're not thinking about anybody else. It's again, they want you to be powerless. You felt powerless because you can't control this person. What are you going to do? Talk to this person? I feel like you tried to talk to this person, went in one ear and out the other. If anything, it made them think, oh, how much you care about them. It took you 10 steps back. This person's immature. Instead of them saying, oh, that bothers you. I value this connection. Let me change. No, they're like, oh, that bothers you. Good. Let me do it more. Let me, like, I know that it bothers you because I want you to snap. I want you to confront me. I want to antagonize you so that you again feel unworthy, so that you feel like I said, and the best thing that you did was just walk away, because that's not what it was. You called their bluff. Like I said, that was the best thing that you could have done, was walk away, because they never thought that that was going to happen. But you got to the point where you're like, You're playing fucking games with me. You think that I don't know that you're talking to a bunch of people and that you're like breadcrumbing me? You don't think that I know that? So this person realizes that again, and I feel like for whatever reason that they're ashamed now. Because like I said, you walked away from this person, so they have mud on their face. Remember, they choose people that are going to give them a lot, that are going to give them the spotlight, that are going to feed them, that are going to service them. So for you to just walk away and act like you don't care really called them their bluff. It's like they know that they're full of shit, that they're really insecure, that they can't even make a decision for themselves. They got to ask their friends that are on a low vibration, that have bad relationships, that don't really even care about them. They don't give a shit whether this person has a relationship or not. And what we are experiencing is part of a larger collective clearing. So I feel like everybody is like, yeah, it's clearing, but it's in that it's got to bring up all the shit up. So you're feeling it and this person is feeling it. You're both triggered. You're triggered because you acted like an asshole and you thought that I was going to fall for it. And this person is triggered because you saw right through them. But all of this has to come to the surface in order for it to be cleared, integrated, healed, transmuted. That's how you clear it, right? So again, you needed to be like, I'm not powerless. I see right through you. And again, you took your power back. This person needs to see they had a big ego. And in that, they sabotaged. Nothing in there. They sabotaged the connection. That's what happened. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. And I didn't want to choke. All right. I'm like dripping. Okay. So what this is like, yeah, it's to purge out. So this person, like I said, is the past life karmic mate. And I feel like because you called their bluff and you walked away, this person is eating the karma. And I feel like they're having a change of heart because again, they again have to eat the karma. So it's triggering their abandonment. Because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in my life. And that's not just, oh, like you're important in my life. I feel like the way that you live, like you're not full of shit. You're not phony baloney. This person's phony baloney hangs out with low vibe people that again care all about what things look like. No one's happy. You're happy. You live a life. It's like you own your own life. This person's envious of that. They're envious of the fact that you get attention. They're envious of the fact that you're loved and liked. They don't really feel like they're loved or liked. Like I said in the beginning, there's a sense that they're narcissistic. They like you for everything that you are, but almost like what can they benefit from? You are my true love, my heart and my soul. Like I said, I knew that this person was gonna all of a sudden be like, I have feelings for you because I know that you triggered their abandonment. And like I said, you showed them a different way. This person's used to like going for lower hanging fruit because it's easier. But what they're realizing is lower hanging fruit creates a lot of drama, trauma, problems. And though this person needed that a little bit, they're tired. And what they really had with you was a real connection. And though they were like, I don't need love, and they shot all over the connection, this person still was watching you because they always thought you were going to come back. I feel like they thought that you were going to cave, that they were going to like play games and that you were going to react because you gave them time. Not even because of, oh, you're lower hanging, but because you gave them time. So they just put you in the barrel with everybody else, meaning that they talk to a lot of people. So just because you gave them time, they assumed. But when you didn't react the way that they thought that you would, they still watched you. You affected them. And that, I believe, doesn't happen often to this person. That's number one. And then your life. In the beginning, it was like, oh, what's so great about your life? It's like you're not driving like the hottest car. You're not, again, a multi-billionaire. You're not, but your life is yours. Your life, you love your life. It shows that you have a great life. This person's envious. The situation is being caused by the both of us. So again, I feel like that's what this person feels like. And it is at this point, the dynamic of it was where there was a part of you that wanted this person to change. You wanted this person to be the person that you thought that they were, the person that they presented to you when you first met them, when you very first met them. Again, when you were talking to this person and you didn't know that they were talking to a million people and viewing you like, oh, you're so naive. You think I'm only talking to you, like before you knew all that. I'm talking about when you first met this person, you kept thinking that they were going to give more. So the situation was caused by the both of you. The resentment now is being caused by the both of you because you're like, you'd have done everything wrong and you haven't apologized. You have a big fat ego. You want to be self-righteous. Instead, it's all about you being right when you weren't right. You did so much shit here. And so this person knows they hold back from you because they're like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear it. Because they already know. You think that you're the only person that they heard it from. You're the only person that they had feelings for. The only person that now they're affected because, again, now they see you for who you really are. I know in my heart we'll be together one day, and that helps me trust. Let's keep working on us. So this person, again, is like, I believe that you're still a soulmate. But again, you're still mad with me. So I'm going to hold back and you're going to hold back. And I believe that in time, which this person's delusional, I'm feeling like, but it's also part of a clearing where this could actually be a soulmate twin flame relationship where I feel like there are things being worked out. There are things that, again, like that were brought to the surface, traumas that were brought to the surface. Now, that doesn't mean that all twin flame soulmates are supposed to be together. Sometimes that twin flame soulmate is more towards a karmic mate because they're ready, but they're not 100% ready. And so that's what we see here. Like, it's almost like this person's affected by the fact that you called their bluff, but they still feel the connection. And so they're almost like willing to just lie to themselves and say, well, I know that we'll be together one day, but I don't really want to deal with you right now because if I deal with you right now, then we're definitely not going to be together one day because you're going to tell me to go screw off because I already know the way that I treated you was bad. I care about you even when I act like I don't. I'm hiding my true feelings because I feel vulnerable. So this person again plays games. It's again, like they'll show you one thing, but they really mean something else. And that's why I said this person's afraid to confront you. They can still feel that there was a connection. They feel like that they messed up the connection, but I also feel like there's a part of them that's like, I feel like I could work it out also. And that's because you were kind to them. that's because of the person that you are, not per se because that they deserve it, but because they see you're someone that's likable, you're someone that's easygoing, that you'll be willing to at least hear them out. Now, it doesn't mean that this is true. This is the stance that this person is taking because they already know that they screwed up this connection and they're afraid to approach you. I'm trying to leave my comfort zone with this issue. So it's again, they're working through it, but they have to surrender their ego. They don't really want to surrender their ego. They want to, they would like to have it easy where you're not going to say anything, almost like where they could just kind of pick it up where they left off and, just treat you better. But that they know that that's not going to be the case. You're going to want to talk about how they treated you. It's unfair that they would expect that. So that's why they know that the situation is really being caused by both of you, because this person knows that you deserve an explanation, but they're not comfortable in being emotionally vulnerable. They're not comfortable in, again, acting like they care. They're not emotionally intelligent. We see they breadcrumb for a reason. It gives them the persona that they're important. This person giving to one person, well, that's very scary for them, and they don't have good track record. That's why they started to breadcrumb, because they're not emotionally intelligent, which means that they're always getting yelled at, they're always being told what to do, how to do it, they're always being corrected, they're overly sensitive, they take everything like criticism, they don't know how to have a conversation. But they know that the same divine energy that flows in each of you, that is the energy, is a catalyst for the reunion between, because again, they feel like this is a soulmate twin flame, like it can fix because they can still feel your energy. They still have feelings, which this person didn't even think that they had feelings. Again, they almost feel like that the divine is going to work its magic, that they're praying for it. They're trying to manifest you back. Because again, they don't want to be vulnerable and reach out. But it's again, I feel like they're sabotaging the connection. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. And that's what I'm telling you. It's like they know that you're going to want to talk things out. They know that you are emotionally intelligent. They know that you're not someone that's wounded. They're wounded. It's like in order for them to create the dynamic of breadcrumbing a bunch of people to make sure that they get the spotlight, they can't feed themselves to feel good about themselves enough. Instead, they're gonna use a bunch of people to have them form attachments so that they get their needs met and never give anything back. It's empty. It's a very empty existence. Because we're not down here for that. We're down here to create ourselves, our relationships, enhance our life. But where's this person's life if they're talking to a bunch of different people? They don't have a life. That is their life. I know that the universe works in mysterious ways, but they judge this again situation because it triggers them. It's making them change. They don't want to change. They don't like to feel vulnerable. But it's again, they long to sweep you off your feet. They still have these emotional feelings. Obviously, I mean, without passion, no one would change, right? So again, this person said they keep thinking that they're waiting for this divine timing, and I don't know whether they know when it is. I think that they don't know when it is either. I just think it's gonna be one day that they're gonna not be able to hold back anymore because it's like this person really feels like you're their twin flame. It feels like again that the universe has a hand in it. Again, the planets are activating us to heal and bring us closer together again because they almost feel like um that it's the dynamic of the connection. Like this person feels as if, you know, you're their soulmate, that you're supposed to be in their life, that you mean something to them because they normally don't form emotional connections. Like I said, they breadcrumb a lot of people, and they have a lot of people that form attachments to them, not the other way around. And so the fact that they can't forget, and the fact that they're looking at themselves and saying, I don't really know if I have what it takes. This person normally has an inflated ego. Again, they can't fit through the doorway because their head's so big. So again, it's making them look at themselves, which is actually making them heal, because it's making them surrender their ego, because they're judging themselves against you from your high vibration. I just think that because there's a connection and this person triggered you, because you did give this person time. You had expectation that they were going to act a certain way because, hey, I was talking to them for a certain amount of time. I thought I actually meant something. No, they were holding back to get a reaction because, again, that's how they operate, because they don't want to be vulnerable. When we're talking, things just come out of their mouth. It's again, and that makes them feel vulnerable and they don't like it. Information. This person has gotten hurt before. That's really what it is. And they're like, I don't want to get hurt again. So if you don't really know that much about me and I keep it on the surface, but it's all about passion and it's an attachment, then I get my needs met. And I don't have to worry about getting hurt, which is again very selfish. But guess what? They played so many games that, you know, they're thinking that they can just come back. They think divine time is going to fix this. And so I'm feeling like that's not really reality. It's again, this person knows that they're like, I'm ready to give hard work. That's why. Because I'm like, why would that be? And they're like, I'm ready because I'm going to put the work in. I am going to be bold where I have held back. I am again destination or bust. I'm moving forward. I'm in this for the long haul. I know that it's gonna put in a lot of work. I've already assessed everything. I've evaluated my options, and you're still that option. I'm still thinking about you. It's like, normally I don't think about anybody. It's like you're kind of pissing me off, but it's like I'm pissed off, but I'm hot for you. So it's creating a lot of sexual tension. And it's like, again, they like that cat and mouse game. It's making them look at their life and see what's important. And that's not really money. And it's not really, it's about owning your own life and living genuine. It's again, they see your success, they feel like you're everything, that you are again the jackpot, okay? That you would bring them so much like success. Um, and you've made them again improve themselves, self-improvement, because again, they're insecure. And it's all about them self-love because they weren't accepting love. So it's again this person like is seeing like your worth, and believe it or not, they're coming back and they're going to put in a lot of effort, because I'm like, what makes you think that you can just come back? But it's again, they feel like this is a divine connection. I know that. I know you're supposed to be in my life. I don't even believe in soulmates and all this spiritual mumbo jumbo. This is what this person's like. However, it's like, and I can clearly say that because this person's not emotionally intelligent, and you have to be emotionally intelligent to be spiritual, okay? You have to do self-reflection. They've never done a day of self-reflection. You make them do that self-reflection because they have something to compare. They're used to going for lower hanging fruit. They're used to, and what they're realizing is that is a lot more of a headache. It's a lot more of a headache, that it's actually, they can see themselves with you. They actually see how they would be success, how they, again, because you're accomplished, that it's like they would hit the jackpot if they're with you. That's what they feel like, because they're like, I know what I bring to the table, and I feel like this person brings stuff to the table. I just think that they're a player, or they were a player. They're used to, again, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. You didn't put up with this shit. Like, I'm not putting up with this. It's again, and really what it is that there's an emotional force. There's still this intuition that both of you guys have. And it's again, it's making you dive, both of you dive deeper into yourselves. So again, this person would actually be loyal to you. They actually would be loyal to you because they've never had a connection like this before. That's why. And it's making them put effort in. They're looking for a way to come back to you, okay? That's what they're doing right now. Um they're curious about you. They're going through a spiritual awakening literally right now. There's an inner knowing. Again, the dark turning into light. Literally, they're going through a spiritual transformation because it's like, and they are going down the rabbit hole because I feel like there's been a lot of things in their life that have not worked out because nothing's ever built on a strong foundation when that's your life. You're running around having surface relationships, using people. There are consequences for that. There's consequences. You didn't put up with this. This person's not happy. They're not fulfilled. It's again, they've gotten to a place where they're like, they're tired. So that's why I'm saying there's a sense of, I'm so curious about you that it's again, being with you, I feel like would be a dream. But it's again making them like literally fall down the rabbit hole. That's what it feels like because there's this inner knowing that they're supposed to be with you. It's again the spiritual awakening. And they don't want to, that they don't, they're tired of, again, they're tired of the loss. They're tired of being closed off. They're tired. They don't want to break up. They're tired of your absence. I mean, literally, they don't want it to be the end. They don't, the thought of it. It's again, because there's this this feeling of innocence, but almost like creating a foundation. Look at this past, revisiting the past, love life. And I'm feeling again the past life, lovers, and again, new beginnings. Restart, but I feel like this person's going to come to you and they may not offer a relationship because again, they know that they fucked up this connection like really bad. So they don't really want to get rejected. This is a lot for this person to even come back to say anything. They're very prideful. It's not in their character. They don't do this. They normally don't have feelings. They're going through a spiritual awakening. They feel again that this energy between you and them is like playful. Like again, soulmate twin flame energy when it's balanced is playful. It's fun. It's you're your yin to my yang. You're my other half. Okay. Needs of others. Like there's a sense of loving life. Um, being like inexperienced with a balanced relationship, one that's not an attachment, but again, a new beginning straight across the board, new beginning again with you and this person trying it over again, but differently, where again, you're having a love affair with life, where you're building a strong foundation, again, a very strong, again, we show it again, foundation of friendship, which is the foundation for real love, because you learn forgiveness, you learn compromise, you learn, again, self-sacrifice. So I feel like you and this person grew up in similar environments, and that you both need to learn. because it kept saying mirroring energy. Now, I don't really feel like you were someone that was playing games. This person was playing games, but they were still codependent. Where Spirit says, well, you were still codependent because you were looking for this person to emotionally give to you. And they were clearly showing you that it wasn't enough, but you were allowing them. Again, you were making so much room for them, and they didn't earn that their spot. And that's all that it takes. Again, when someone comes in and out of your life like that, and they're, you don't know who else they're talking to, and you're making space for them every single time. Spirit says you taught that person. Again, you had expectation that they would give more, and they knew it. And so they're dangling that carrot. So you attracted this person because, again, inner child wounds, belittled, first card out. Oppression, second card out. Sting, third card out. Optimism, fourth card out. I'm gonna do 6. Resilience, fourth card out, right? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5? One more is unworthy. So this person definitely made you feel unworthy, and they again belittled you and definitely tried to keep down your energy. So these are all inner childhood wounds that you had. The gifts were you're always resilient because you were always optimistic. And you've always been able to create your world. See, God created the world with his voice. You too can create the world with your voice. I feel like you did set boundaries and you were confident in walking away from this person because, again, you were open, you were honest, you gave 100%. This person wasn't. And so they, again, in hope to make you feel lower about yourself, again, to recreate that trauma bond. Again, how did you grow up? You grew up in an environment where your energy was held down. How was it emotionally and psychologically? By again feeling unworthy, by being neglected, not having that support, and whether that's emotional support, psychological, mental, and usually it's straight across the board, where again, and then being made to feel belittled again, like you don't matter, like you're so small. That's what this person did. Again, but you called on your gifts. Again, because you formed these in childhood. Your resilience, obviously, if someone's pushing your energy down, oppressing you, and you're gonna keep on going, you build up resilience, right? Meaning, and I'm never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. So that's a gift. And being optimistic is a gift, especially in times that it's rough. So I feel like you're with someone that was always like, better days are coming, better days are coming, better days are coming. And you were always able to manifest a new life. And that's what this person didn't realize. They thought you were going to be so devastated that you were going to react, you were going to do something. They're used to, again, being this selfish, getting what they want. That's not what happened. It all backfired. Where you made a way where there wasn't a way, they can't believe it. They're like, you just showed me how to live. It's like you just showed me how to live by getting away from me. That, you know, I thought that you were so taken with me that you were going to really react when I wasn't going to be there for you and when I was dangling the carrot and, playing all these games and breadcrumbing you. And, you know, I thought that eventually you were going to go, come on, when are we going to date or whatever? You've been giving me energy for 2, 3 years. And then I would say, I'm not dating you. I'm talking to 80 other people so I could steal the light from your eye. That's not what happened. You turned around and made a whole other way, and you're bigger than life now, and you were always optimistic. You're even more optimistic. I couldn't hold you down. I couldn't oppress you. It's like, and you couldn't. You took your energy back. That's why this person like respects you, and that's why they're like, again, you showed them how to live just by how you walked away from them. So if it's a twin flame soulmate connection, I mean, some of you will, some of you won't. I mean, listen, it's a collective reading, so I'm not gonna say, and pull, because right from the middle, I'm gonna pull. I love you unconditionally, so I believe that you will take this person back because soulmate, twin flame, that's what it is, that you love the person unconditionally. Literally pulled that right from this deck right here, you know, like, and it is the hidden truths. And we end off with, now in this story, some of you will say, no, I won't be with this person at all. But if it is a real soulmate twin flame relationship, you will take this person back. Positive action. I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go of and trust to God. So, you know, the ironic thing is with twin flame soulmate relationship is you're getting somebody that's your exact opposite. So the way that they think is the opposite of the way that you think. The way that you deal with life is different than the way that this person deals with life. And neither one is wrong, but neither one is 100% right either if we're looking at ourselves as we're the mirror of God, if we are supposed to be omnipresent and omnipotent, right? If we are supposed to be man and female, right? If we are like masculine and feminine, we have to incorporate both those energies. And so the thing is, soulmate twin flame relationship usually bunk heads a lot because, again, their approach to life, their gifts are different, their strengths are different. That's why they make up a whole. Again, like, oh, you're my other half because you're good at math and structure and directions and everything with the physical realm. And I'm someone that's good with spirituality and with the higher levels of consciousness. And together we come together as whole, and together we learn through compromise, we learn through forgiveness, we learn through compassion, we learn how to integrate the higher levels of consciousness, which is unconditional love, which you're like, I love this person unconditionally, even though that they were an asshole, even though that they were wrong, even though that they did a lot of things that really you would have every right to be like, I'm not forgiving you. The way that you treated me, it would take great forgiveness to be able to forgive this. However, when it's a divine connection, you surrender your ego, you're able to forgive. And so what this is teaching is, as Spirit's saying, is stop putting the focus on your person. With the soulmate twin flame relationship, that's what happens. It's like, I want them to change. No, they want you to change. And you get wind up bonking heads where really it's about, you focus on your positive traits. You embody a life that you want to live as if you were living by yourself. Your person enhances your life, but they should also have a life by themselves that's fulfilling, that you find silence in order to tap into what you want, in order to not be codependent. Soulmate twin flame connection could very well easily turn into a trauma bond connection if you're not balanced. And the only way to maintain balance is to focus on yourself. Again, you'll want to focus on your twin. Again, because that twin has a different attachment style. They have a different way of navigating the relationship that's going to trigger you and vice versa. So again, Spirit says, what you cannot change, you let go of and you trust in God. Again, God is unconditional love. You have unconditional love for this person. They do for you. That's what they realize. That's why they're coming back. That's why they're changing their way. That's why they're going through a spiritual awakening. Spirit says you want this to work because you love this person unconditionally. You're going to focus on yourself. I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. You let me know whether you resonated with this one. I know that this is an all zodiac channel, so I hope that you find me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.